Assalamu alaikum. Today you will learn about sendRedirect using session. This is the 11th tutorial, so please go through the previous tutorial first and then come back to this tutorial. So without any further ado, let's get started. In the previous tutorial, we have already implemented sendRedirect using URL mapping. Today we are going to implement sendRedirect using session. So for this, we need to create an object for session, which is HTTP session. I'll name this as session itself. Request.getSession. This is how we create an object for session. Now here we can set the value in the form of key value pair using setAttribute method. And the value that we want to set is username here. And the key is, let's say the key here is again name key in inverted quotes, right? After this, we need to call the sendRedirect method. So I'll copy this from here, response.sendRedirect, and remove this. So here what we are doing, let me just comment this part. So here what we are doing, we have created a session object. We have set the data in the form of key value pair. And then we have called the response.sendRedirect method because ultimately we are using response.sendRedirect. And here mention the servlet that we want to call. So far we are only calling second servlet. So let's hop on to our second servlet. In the second servlet, since there we have set the attribute, here we will get the attribute. So I'm going to comment this part. We are getting the attribute and the key name is name key. And simply we are printing this on the web page. By the way, we have done the mapping of the servlet in the previous tutorials. So we are not going to do that again. Let me just show you. Here we have set the mapping. If you remember in the previous couple of tutorials, we have set the mapping. So I think that's pretty much it. And let's go to our HTML file now and run this. Save everything and run on server. We'll say Tom and click on submit. So as you can see, it is working. Now let's understand how this is working. So when the user clicks on the submit button, the control goes to the first mapping. The program search for any web page in our application called first. Since there is no web page, it will go to web.xml and search for first mapping. It found that it is the first servlet that has been mapped. So it will go to first servlet. Here we are using sendRedirect using sessions. So we have created an object for session. We have set the attribute and then we have called the second servlet. When it went for the second servlet, it catches the attribute and then we are simply printing the attribute on the web page. So I hope it is clear for you how we use session. So this is how we use session to store the data and get it whenever required. In the next tutorial, we will be covering cookies. So stay tuned.